this is Monami Frost, and today I wanna. Hey guys, this is Monami Frost, and today I want to talk about an important topic for me again, and it is about my relationship with food now, what it's like, and how I feel about it because of my past with eating disorder and bulimia. So it is a very important topic. Like, people have been asking me about tips on how like my recovery went and what helped me recover, and I wanted to talk about like this because that's what kind of flipped things around for me and helped me with my recovery, is like how I changed my relationship with food. So like I said on the video where I talked about my eating disorder, like where I opened up about my eating disorder, which was so crazy hard, was that we changed a lot of things around in the house when like I first got into recovery and started recovering, and like we gave up like kind of a lot of snacks at first and weren't snacking, and like changed our habits about what we were doing in the evenings when we used to snack, and when I used to start binging and all that, and that definitely helped. And just changing the relationship in a way that I realized, like, the first few days or the first few weeks when I ate the food, I started realizing that like it's not killing me. And that's the thing, like, that helped me realize and be okay with eating food, is that I realized it's just food. And sometimes you eat a little bit more, sometimes you eat a little bit less, and that's the thing. The most important thing what changed for me is the way I gave less power to food and the thoughts about food in my mind, because I used to be obsessed just about food, and I would think what I'm having for dinner, I would think like what I'm gonna have then, what will I eat, like even then 2 days after from now, like stuff like that I would think. And now I don't think about those things. Like, I just eat what I have, and I just, sometimes I get excited, I still get excited. It's not like I've stopped being excited about food, because it's okay, it's still okay. Like, food is exciting, food is amazing, but I've given it less power in a way that my relationship isn't so much about like I need food, like it's everything for me. Food is food, like, for normal people, I think, because it used to be like so much more, and I couldn't think about so many other things because I was so consumed with that. And as well, it helped me like release and have more time on my hands. That was the one thing that I was always worried about while I was so deep in my eating disorder. I thought like, this is taking so much of my time and so much of my just mental health, obviously, but it's taking up so much of my time that I could be doing something else, could be spending time with my family. Just like even thinking about food in the end, like, was taking up time. And then now how I feel is that like sometimes I don't even care what I'm eating, but I used to be so like, I want to eat something amazing, I want to eat something really good, and then I will be like, I really want this, and I couldn't just like be like, whatever about food, and so crazy, because now it's just like I have put like all of the thoughts that I had for food, like all the energy that I put on those thoughts into something else. And like how they say sometimes to get rid of one addiction, you have to change it for a healthy addiction and something else. So in a way, like, I changed that addiction to like working more, that I still do and stuff. I always was worried about like that I won't be able to work as much because I will lose my eating disorder, because it was helping me cope with my anxiety and mental health. It was just a twisted circle, because it was obviously giving me like more anxiety and more issues with my mental health. But then like when I like got anxiety from other things, like it would be an escape. So, and then like it would go all in circles, like how I explained it before. But now, since like not giving it so much power and not thinking about it and not thinking like, oh, is this, like how much calories is this and what is that, and like if I eat like this has so much like bad like saturated fats in there, like what's gonna happen if I eat that, like, and nothing happens. That's the thing. Like the less power you give it to thinking about like what's it gonna do to your body, the less you will start, like, like be consumed by it. And now, like, I sometimes just forget about like the food and forget to eat something. But it used to be like I would worry about kind of overeating, but then like in the end I would overeat because I would be thinking about it so much, and I would be constantly thinking about food. And obviously if you constantly think about food, you want to eat, but the less you think, you will just eat how much you need actually. And that's exactly what I do sometimes. Like even like I just forget that I needed to eat, like, so, like, and I just fill up. I'm like, okay, oh no, I need to like quickly eat something because like I need energy for the day, and that's it. That's like where it goes. It doesn't go further than that. Sometimes obviously I get full, and now it's okay because I realize that like nothing terrible is gonna happen if I once I overeat something, or like it was something really delicious and like I stuffed myself, because nothing is gonna happen. Because other day or next day I'll feel like too full, probably from the previous day of like eating a little bit more than I usually do, and then probably I won't eat as much. And that's the thing, like the less I think about, the less problems I have about like tracking something or not tracking, and like and worrying about like what my scale says. I would be like weighing myself all the time, like used to weigh myself like twice, 3 times a day almost, and like look at that number and like think that it defines me. And that's like crazy to think that now it's like I'm so freaking happy and so glad that I have arrived at this place where it doesn't affect me almost anymore at all. And it is so amazing to realize that like I can't imagine going back to that place. And I really hope I never have to, like when, because I obviously sometimes worry if something traumatic happened or something, would I go back to that place? Because I've heard that's what happens to others. But I hope I won't, and hope nothing like traumatic is gonna happen. But but I feel really good about my relationship with food. I think it's really important that I haven't given it that much power, and I've stopped giving it that much power in my head and consuming so much of me, that I am just having normal relationship with food, normal eating habits. Sometimes I eat more, sometimes I eat a little bit less, sometimes I eat something fattier, sometimes I eat less fattier things, and it doesn't matter. I don't look at like things anymore. Like my body start getting better, like when I stopped worrying about like how much sugar or how much like saturated fat it has, or things like that, and like thinking that it's not gonna be the worst thing like if I eat something more. And if I gain like 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, or like even like 20 pounds or whatever, like I gained like quite a lot of weight after like Neo, and I actually enjoyed it. And I realized it's just my body, what it is, and like weight fluctuates like through the lifetime, and every single moment you are beautiful the way you are. And the way that's the thing, like how I look at other people, like I've never thought those things that I think about myself, like how I worry about like getting bigger. I've never looked at like bigger girls and beautiful big girls, never thought those things about them. Like I would think like, oh, that's amazing, like they look great, and like I'm so glad they're happy and confident in their body and their skin. But then I look at myself and just tell myself like some weird and horrible things, like but it wasn't me, it was my eating disorder. I keep trying to remember that, because I always worry about that it was me, but no, it was my eating disorder. It was a disease, a disorder that was taking over my mind and doing things and telling me things. It's like a mental illness, and it's okay. It's okay to like accept that and say it out loud, even though it was so hard for me to talk about. Like even now, like kind of a little bit feel like welling up, but it's so amazing, and I feel so good that I have talked about it. So yeah, changing the relationship with food was everything for me, and not giving it so much power in my mind over it, and like throwing out dieting ideas, throwing out like what's good for you, what's bad for you. Everything is good that you feel like eating. Obviously, you need to like make sure you eat enough healthy food and all of that. Obviously, can't live off just plain rice and nothing else. But yeah, nothing like if you eat something like junky or something, it's not gonna kill you. Like it's just gonna make you happier maybe in that moment, and that's okay. That's amazing that it's there for that reason, I guess. Like comfort foods are there, and the most important thing is how you feel and how your mind feels, and getting rid of those crazy ideas like, and because it's really difficult, like food, you have to consume food all the time to keep alive, so you can't avoid it. It's not like if you're drinking you can stop drinking and like it's gonna be okay in a way, you know, like you can't like take it out completely, because food, it's there and you have to eat it, so you need to change and develop some different relationships with food. So you can't avoid eating because it's like necessary, but then you need to somehow find a way to accept everything and just be okay and let go of the thoughts that you have, and replace those thoughts with positive thoughts and positive things. And you know, I hope that this made sense. I love you all so freaking much. I hope this helped someone. I was reading your messages and comments where I was talking about my eating disorder, and it gave me so much inspiration to keep talking about it. But at the same time, I was so heartbroken by reading all of the comments and everything that that so many of you and so many of people around the world are going through that same thing, and more people are going through some stuff like that because of this world, because of this social media world as well. Like, and it's crazy, but gave me like more inspiration to keep talking about it and keep raising awareness, and hopefully I will help someone. Like I had some people say that I helped them realize like that they have a problem, even though before they felt like they didn't have a problem, you know. And that's the first step. That's the first thing that happens when you like admit to yourself that I do have a problem. I need to figure this out, and that's the biggest step that someone can take, you know. And then it's from then on it's up. And you know, remember as well that like healing is not all like linear. Don't just go up straight away and everything's great. There will be bumps in the road and everything, but it's okay. Like everything is okay as long as you have that goal in your mind. You're doing your best. So yeah guys, I love you guys so much. Give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.